My name is Alan Cooperman. I am an associate professor at the LBJ School of Public Affairs. I'm also the founding coordinator of the Nuclear Proliferation Prevention Project, nppp.org. Yeah, the idea of this policy research project was to take a look at the main countries around the world that have used plutonium to produce nuclear power. The United States doesn't do it, but a bunch of countries in Europe and Japan have done it, and we're trying to figure out, is it a good idea? Is it safe? Is it secure? Will it lead to the spread of nuclear weapons? Will it bankrupt the nuclear industry? Good idea or bad idea for other countries that are thinking about going down this route?
We basically picked 7 countries that use MOX fuel, or fuel with plutonium, and basically outlined and highlighted their experience with using this type of fuel. So we looked at economics, we looked at safety, we looked at security concerns. We also looked at public perceptions, how using plutonium in fuel changed the public's perceptions on nuclear energy in general.
For me, because I'm an engineering student, I was able to look at an engineering issue from a different perspective that was not as technical from an engineering point of view, but was more from a social point of view and looking at it holistically and trying to understand the reasons why governments and other people made the decisions that they made.
So for policymakers, it presents a lot of interesting questions about whether decisions are based on economics or politics, and some of those considerations for nuclear programs that have long-lasting effects.
Students spent the first semester really learning about nuclear energy, learning about plutonium, its dangers, its costs, its potential benefits, learning about their case, doing research, reading up reports, and then halfway through they went and traveled to their country after setting up interviews with people in industry, people in academia, people in NGOs, people in politics. And so they were able to use their primary research to complement what they figured out through reading, and they've produced state-of-the-art, the best studies that exist on the use of plutonium. And this is, in fact, Plutonium for Energy, our project, is the first ever comprehensive comparative study of plutonium fuel around the world.
Field research was a really valuable part of this project. It allowed us to travel to each of our countries and interview some of the policymakers and experts from the nuclear industry who were actually involved with that program. Because a lot of these questions revolved around policy decisions and motivations as far back as the 1980s, there are some details that you get from talking to these individuals or retirees that you don't find in the official publications or documents.
The LBJ School helped me prepare for a future career because the professors that are here have done this work in the real world before, so when they teach us with their real world experiences.
The policy research project is very distinctive of the LBJ School. Other schools have one semester things, capstone projects, but we have a full year policy research project where we have an external client who pays for the research. Can't tell you what the findings are, but they can pay for you to do the research, which allows you to go and do field research, allows you to present your findings to policymakers in Washington and around the world. In addition, it really trains you for the workforce, because the kind of work that students do in a PRP is very similar to the kind of work that employers want them to do. So if they do the PRP at LBJ, they can go to their employer and say, hey, look, this is what I did over the last year. Don't you want me to do this kind of stuff for you? And I think that students at other schools don't have that sort of experience and don't have that sort of product to put on their resume and their job application.